Disease outbreak in the Gucha area is causing secondary challenges. This is the first time in its 23 years of existence that the sanctuary's meat supply has been affected. Being the first wolf sanctuary in South Africa, it has cared for over 500 wolves over the years. As a non-profit organization, it needs donations to keep the wolves fed.
Since the foot and mouth outbreak, because we're in a very dense populated dairy farming area, unfortunately restrictions have been put in place due to foot and mouth, just to curb the spread of the little ugly virus that's been going around. It's like a mosh. Unfortunately, because foot and mouth it wouldn't be bad for the wolves. They would be able to consume it, but we don't want to contribute to the spread of the virus. So anywhere where the DMA areas have been, we have not gone in since the outbreak, and that means our meat supply has been cut off.
A disease management area was designated by the Minister of Agriculture to help curb the spread of the disease.
Although they can slaughter their animals at any abattoir, it needs to be done under a permit, and they cannot just move animals in or out of the DMA. So there's this whole administrative burden, and the business model, unfortunately, in the Eastern Cape on the dairy farms frequently involves having a heifer farm separate from your dairy farm. So you'll have your dairy farm where you keep your milking cows, and then you have your heifer farm where you keep the cows that are pregnant but are not in milk, and then just before they're due to calf you would bring them back to your dairy farm. But now some of these heifer farms might be outside the DMA, and you can't move those animals back to your dairy farm, but these animals are starting to calve, and once they calve they need to be milked. There's no stopping them then.
Dairy farms that have not been infected with foot and mouth disease are also affected by the restrictions placed on the movement of animals.
The thing that had the best effect of all was actually vaccinating the farms, especially not only the infected farms, but allowing the non-infected farms that border onto infected farms to also vaccinate the animals. At first, the state was quite reluctant to allow this because there are implications. If you vaccinate your farm, whether you're infected or not, you will then be classified as foot and mouth disease positive, and you fall under the same quarantine rules. So in other words, you can't move animals off the farm unless you send them to a foot and mouth disease approved abattoir. Your milk must be double pasteurized or can only be used for UHT.
The wolf sanctuary has been advised that these restrictions will last up to a year. In the meantime, it will continue seeking the public's assistance with donations. Nandi Paplaki, SABC News, Tsitsikamma.